your church member, and none other than Walter Rayford Tucker the fourth. Amen. The fourth. Let's show him a big love as he comes. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor. Well, you know it must be a special occasion when he busts out the middle name, right?
Right.
Good morning, T.L.C.C. Again, my name is Walter Tucker IV, and I'm here to chat with you all a little bit about the Delete the Divide initiative. So I know that Pastor has sent out a few emails and the poster on the Delete the Divide initiative, but I wanted to come here personally to talk to you all just exactly about what we do and what it is. And it's a very important and special thing because our director of ISD, which is the Internal Services Department, as my dad mentioned, has created something that is outreaching and assisting people in underserved communities who are impacted by what we call the digital divide. Now, today here in this sanctuary, you see a lot of technology going on, from really the mic that I'm speaking on, to us live streaming and recording, to the projector, to the sound, etc. All of these things integrate with a digital workforce. And so what we are trying to do is ensure that folks that live within our communities, specifically that are targeted or identified by the census tract as households that make lower than $50,000 a year, or also households that report little to no internet connectivity, have those resources. And so we do so in 3 different ways. One of the ways is that we support small businesses as well as educational institutions and nonprofits and faith-based organizations to do digital health checks. We study their marketing to make sure that they have digital literacy and also an online presence. And then we also support them with giving away free laptops. But the real reason why I'm here today is to talk to you all about Delete the Divide membership as well as our internship program. So I want you to think about those two in conjunction, but as 2 separate different things. And I'm going to talk to you about the membership portion of it first. And so membership for Delete the Divide is completely free. What'd I say, y'all?
Free.
Free. Okay, so no need to be skeptical about that. It's county funds. This is all paid for by our private and public sector partners, and the taxes that the members of LA County, or residents of LA County rather, pay into our funds. Now, the way that we use those funds is like this. We are providing those who have free membership with Delete the Divide with free IT certificates. Our primary partner for this is Google. How many of y'all have Googled something? Say amen.
Amen.
All right, so you know who Google is or what Google is. And so something that you might not know about Google is that they offer certificates in areas such as cybersecurity, data analytics, project management, social media marketing and management, cybersecurity, as well as IT support, etc. And now these certificates are important because, especially if you don't have the education, and many folks within those demographics that I named earlier do not, can earn this free IT certification, and instantly what happens is their name gets put on a registry with Google. And so recruiters on LinkedIn, recruiters from Google, recruiters from Meta will see your name on a list and say, hey, Robert Tucker has an IT certificate in cybersecurity. I might want to interview her, or let me look at her LinkedIn profile to see if she might be a good fit. And these are the things that open doors for endless possibilities. Why that's important? When was the last time anybody in here went to a McDonald's, or have you been to a McDonald's? Say amen.
Amen.
All right, I know we're trying to eat healthy in here, but everybody's probably been at least once or twice. Those fries are delicious.
Wow.
So back in the day, when you go to McDonald's, you what? You're greeted with someone who was behind the counter, who took your order, you got your food, you paid for your food first, you got your food, right? Now lately, when you go into McDonald's or any other fast food restaurant, what do you see now? Kiosks. So you will still see that person behind the counter, but you'll also see a virtual kiosk in which you can pay. You can order your food, you can pay for it with cash or card, or you can just tap your phone and then you're ready to go. Next thing you know, the food is at the counter. I mention this because what's important about digital equity and the shifts in digital workforce is this. Within the next 10 years, 80 million jobs that are all in line with just trade And these regular skills that we see out in the workforce are going to completely disappear. Now, what that looks like is that within that same 10-year time span, about 90 million jobs are going to arise, all tech-based. And so what we would like to do is ensure that folks in our communities are ready for that shift and are prepared to step into those jobs. So the ultimate goal of Delete the Divide membership in providing these free trainings and free IT certificates is so that folks will get that full-time job, at least making $50,000 to start in tech. So that's number one, right? All right, so number two, moving on to the internship part of the initiative is this. If you're eligible for Delete the Divide and you're already in and it's free, again, then you'll be eligible for the internship. The only difference is that for membership, the bottom age is 12. So anyone 12 and up can be a member of Delete the Divide. Switching over to the internship, you must be 16 years and up. Again, all LA County residents. And so what an internship position looks like is becoming my colleague right away. You'll be hired by the Internal Services Department as a part-time employee. You can work up to 35 hours per week. You'll start at $18.99 per hour, and you'll be on your way to a great career in tech. What we do with our interns is we place them in local libraries. We're working on also doing additional assignments in senior centers, as well as different community centers that focus on different ethnicities and heritages within our communities. But another thing that we've just begun doing is having an immersive experience as well. So some of our interns are directly located on ISD's campuses, as well as we're having partnerships with Google directly to have them have some direct immersive facing work experience on Google and Microsoft campuses, right? So these are all the advantages, the opportunities that we're trying to open up folks who decide to take advantage of this opportunity with. Additionally, interns are really going to have an experience that I feel like is more unique than what I've seen in any other department in the county. So one of them is our Technology Empowerment Day, which is coming up on October 4th. We're gonna be hosting this at the LA Coliseum. How many of y'all seen a football game there? Okay, a couple folks. All right, so we're gonna be hosting it at the LA Coliseum, and we're really going to be targeting a lot of our high school students within LA County. Now, what that looks like is our interns coming to work that event and then also showcasing their skills. At this event, they're gonna have an opportunity to see all the latest tech in robotics, mechanics, STEM, etc. So it's just gonna be a life-changing experience for so many people, and I'm so proud and happy and blessed to be a part of something like this. Now, what I will tell you is this: I'm gonna be here after church. I've already got my table out in the front. If anyone wants to talk any further about Delete the Divide, you can come to me. I have the materials there, and we can sign you up right here on the spot today. And then we can just even chat about it even further if you just have any additional inquiries. But right now, I would like to take a couple of minutes to have sort of an open forum Q&A. If anyone has any direct questions about the program right now that I can answer. But again, you can always come chat with me right outside after church, and I'd be happy to speak with you. Uncle Richard was first. Let's go. Dad said, hold please, he's gonna give you the mic so everyone can hear. But I did see your question, and I'll address it as soon as he gives you the mic.
Hello, okay. Yeah, well, obviously I'm older than 24, so I can't join the internship. But can older members, the seniors, like volunteer in some ways to help? I've got some experience in things that are digitally connected to my business, and love to share that info in some fashion or form.
So the minimum ages are 12 for membership and 16 for internship. What that means is that there's no age cap. So at one point, and you might even see this on some of the older flyers, we're phasing them out now, but what I will tell you is that there is no age cap for either option. If you just want to be a member and participate in the online cohorts to achieve your IT certificate, there is no age cap. It's simply 12 and up LA County resident. Now, I do want you all to keep in mind that if you do apply on the website and it comes back to you and says you are ineligible based on your address, because again, we do have certain parameters, right? That $50,000 per household in terms of income, and then also where you live in terms of census tract data. These things go into how our website portal deems you as eligible or ineligible. However, if you are to get an ineligible message, please come see me. There are ways that we can still work through that, okay? So to answer your question, no age caps. We actually have gotten a lot of interest from seniors as of late. So there's a digital literacy there needed in that particular demographic. Minister Marlena?
You said 35 hours a week, but is there a specific time frame of hours that you're able to work?
So it is 35 hours per week. What that looks like is that if you are assigned to an LA County library, which is our typical assignment right now for interns, you can work up to 17 of those hours remotely. So think about it like this. Sometimes I'll go out to colleges, high schools, and do a very similar presentation. And some of the younger folks will say, well, you know, I already have a part-time job at McDonald's or something like that. I don't know if I can take on anything else. I remind them, first of all, is McDonald's going to pay for you to do educational courses and advance where you are right now, number one. But then also, are they going to allow for remote work? And the answer is no. So in this position, you can do up to 17 hours remotely and then the rest of the hours in person. Also, you don't actually need to do the entire 35 hours. I said up to 35, you can do as little as 15 or 10 if you need to. This is something that we're trying to outreach for and ensure that everybody is aware and informed about so that you can take advantage of it, because it really could be a life-changing opportunity.
Well, they answered my
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I'll be starting college soon, but like, are the hours like can you work around the college schedule? Because I'm going to El Camino for computer science, right? So is there?
Yeah, absolutely. So you're exactly the person that we're looking for, really. So folks who are interested in tech already, who are going into college, we work with so many college students and incoming college students that their schedules aren't necessarily fixed or determined, and they need a flexible work schedule. So the answer is absolutely. Again, 17 of those hours can be remote. The rest are in a library that is assigned to you based on where you live. So not only would you be reporting somewhere physically that would be close to your home, but also you'd have the opportunity to work remotely up to 17 hours and with no obligation or pressure to work up to 35. So I think that the opportunity could work for you, particularly since you have an interest in tech. I see we have one more question back there.
When you were talking about different certificates, do you identify the certificate that you want to go after, or is the program set in a way that they identify what certificates are available?
So those who decide to sign up for Delete the Divide will be met with a prompt as soon as they get into the online portal. They can then choose a pathway of the certificates that we offer. And so you would choose a certificate based on your own interests. Sometimes folks will begin those certificates, and what that looks like is self-paced online modules, by the way. So there's no person that's teaching you. They have self-paced courses that are already completely virtual, and you'll have to follow these modules, take quizzes, tests, exams, etc., in order to work through the course and receive the certificate. But to answer your question, sometimes folks do start one particular certificate, find out that they might not be interested in it. Like, for example, cybersecurity is a very hot one, right? That's one of the ones that's going to get you paid the most should you land an entry-level cybersecurity job. Some folks may say, you know what, I don't know if I want to be that technical in tech, so maybe I might want to go for social media management. And many of the young folks out there today are always on social media anyway, so they might want to start with something like that because that already suits their interests. So to answer your question, they do choose it themselves, and they do have the opportunity to change.
Are you limited to the number of certificates you learn?
Absolutely not. So if you did not hear Brother Cap, his question was, are you limited to the certificates you can earn? The answer is no. You can earn all of the certificates if you want. They do take about 3 months to 6 months to complete, depending on your pace. But the great news about that is once you are a Delete the Divide member, your membership is for life. So you'll always have an opportunity to log back into that portal. You'll always have an opportunity to pursue a different certificate if you should already complete one. So great question. All right, if that's all the questions, oh, you have one as well?
I just want to, it doesn't matter how old you are to get the certificates. Is that what you said?
No age.
No age cap. So, hey, woo, seniors, all of us, because we're ever learning, right? And so that is important to me. But the internship is from 16 to 24.
No age cap
On the internship?
on the internship.
On the internship. That's a good thing. I like that. Anybody want a part-time job? Here you go. Yes, Sister Xavier.
Sorry, I think you have the statistics, but could you share the starting entry level pay scale for some of the tech positions?
Absolutely. So for IT support, our starting average pay is about $50,000. Cybersecurity starts at about $99,000, right at that $100,000 mark. If you're looking into social media management or marketing, that will be around $70,000 to $80,000. And data analytics is also $100,000 a year to start. One of the certificates that I always encourage and urge people to take advantage of is our project management certificate through Google. And the reason I do that is because not only will you get a great basis in tech with that one, but also project management is something that is needed in pretty much every single job that you have. So I highly recommend that one, but again, pursue your interests. If this is something that you like to do and you're passionate about IT support, just because that one might have a lower pay scale in terms of a starting entry level salary, go for it. Pursue your interests. Doing what you love is definitely important, and we're trying to create avenues so folks can do that.
Well, praise the Lord. Walter is going to be here, and after service, out at his Delete the Divide table, and he can answer even more questions for you at that time, and that will be the opportunity for you to sign up. And I think he's got something.
So I have two things. So first, I do have to shout out my colleague, Regina Dickerson, who just came in. She is also with Delete the Divide and with ISD. So thank you, Regina, for being here for support. And I have another question. Is Jade Weber in the house? Sister Jade?
No.
Okay. She told me that she might be here, but I do want to also let you know that she is one of our interns. So Sister Jade Weber is already working. She's in week 5 of the internship, so we're very proud of her. She's halfway through her first certificate. Jade, if you're watching online, we're very proud of you. Thank you for all that you do with Delete the Divide.
Amen. Praise God. Yes, give them another round of applause. Thank you. That was an excellent presentation. And I just wanted to say that, when we were growing up, we had the CETA program. That was way back in the day. Anybody remember that? Yeah. We had a CETA program where we got in and we started working and having an internship. And that's how I got my job with the courthouse. And then I went on to City Hall. And you just don't know where you're going to end up, but you got to start somewhere. Amen? And this program